So I have a few questions for you.
Very good.
The first is, where were you born?
I was born in the Charlottetown Hospital, Wednesday, December the 1st, 1948.
Oh,
And I got some of that information from my good wife who Googled it. Thank you, Google.
awesome.
Okay, go ahead. I'm
All
waiting.
right. Moving. Another question is,
Yeah.
did you serve in the military?
I served in the military, and it was one of the highlights of my life. I have to say, I joined in 1966, and I started off as a private. I worked my way through the ranks, and I took my commission from the ranks in 1975, and I went directly from Master Warrant Officer to Captain, and I retired from the military in 1998. And during that time, I started off as a signalman, a lineman, qualified lineman who climbed poles, a defensive driving instructor, and an officer who looks after a squadron of men and women. And defensive driving, as I mentioned, was one of the highlights too of doing that course. And the courses that I was on to get to a captain's position and be qualified were absolutely wonderful. Challenging, but wonderful.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving along here.
Good.
If you had three wishes,
Yeah.
what would they be? So think about if you could wish for any three things.
I was thinking about that different times, and my three wishes would be for my family and my extended family to have good health all through their life, to have a great relationship with whoever they choose to be their partner in life, and to have prosperity, to be able to enjoy life as best as we can in this time of our life, really, to just enjoy life. That's my three wishes.
All three.
Yeah.
Perfect. Very humble.
Yeah.
Okay. So, obviously you're a little bit older. You're almost 70 years old. So, what would you say your typical day is like now that you're retired?
Well, having said the word retired, that being in the optical industry for 45 years, 2 years ago I did retire, but a year later they decided that they needed some extra help in where I worked. So, and I work at Vogue Optical, and as an optician, qualified optician since 1975 when I got my license. The time then, back in September of 2017, they were really busy at the store, and they asked me if I'd mind working a couple of days a week. I thought about it for a bit. I said, sure, I don't mind going back because I enjoy meeting people. I love meeting people. And in fact, I love it so much that there's been so many different issues with people's glasses fitting properly. I take pride in my adjustments. And there's a lot of people come back just to specifically see me for that. And I'm glad I'm able to help.
Yeah. So you say you work a lot, or?
I work a lot. Yes, in my retirement years, I work 3 days a week, 4 days off, and those 4 days off, I'm a full-time home care giver for my wife who's disabled. I enjoy getting her out when we can get a chance to, especially in the spring and summer, and even in the fall, there's sometimes we can get out too. She loves being out and driving about and going into stores, but I do have to be careful with her because of her mobility issues. But one of the things, like, I'm not only a caregiver, I'm also many other facets of my life that I enjoy doing, like gardening, landscaping, carpentry work, plumbing work, electrical work, all a little smattering because of the knowledge that I've gained over the years by watching and doing and Googling. If I have a question, I go to Google. And that's important for me because sometimes you need that extra bit of knowledge to do something. And I do that. So I'm a full-time caregiver I look after all the meals, do all the housework and everything like that, and I love it.
You love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely see it.
Yeah. Sure.
How should someone prepare for old age?
Well, looking at what my situation was coming up through the years that I've spent here on this Mother Earth of ours, which was so good to us in many, many ways, be willing to take some risks in life. Be willing to put yourself out there to help other people, and prepare yourself because your journey in life is full of challenges, like ours was, like mine was, and Nancy's. And be prepared for the challenges, but you've got to work hard in order to make this a successful venture for you, a successful journey. So prepare yourself for the challenges ahead. Do not pass them up. Accept those challenges and take them on with a good gusto, and you will be rewarded because of that.
Awesome.
Okay.
So with that, is there anything that you would have done different in preparing for old age?
Well, in preparing for later on in years, like when the retirement time comes for us all, and we all know when that happens. It's just we just have that feeling. We know. Uh, Prepare yourself financially because it is challenging when you leave the workforce and you're on a fixed income. So prepare yourself early in life. When you start working at a job that you like, and be aware of those factors because you really should enjoy what you're going to be doing, and make sure you get involved with some kind of a pension plan or RRSP to put some money aside. It may only be a small amount of starting off with, but as you progress through your journey of life and your business and your work at work, be prepared to put a little bit of extra as you go along because that's going to pay off in dividends for you from 55 on. You could retire early in life, so be aware of that.
Okay? For sure. So with all of that,
Yeah.
what would you say that you have liked the most about your life so far?
Well, there's many things that I enjoy that I took really great pride in, and one of the things was owning my own house here with my wife Nancy and doing the gardening around because she loves flowers. I take great pride in that in landscaping. We took also the fact that we have 5 grandsons and 3 daughters, and I take great pride in how they've proven themselves to be successful in life, how my grandsons have come along and what they're doing now in their lives, with their lives, and it's been such a joy to see how they've matured and come along so well.